What's good, my people? Welcome back to AMGM Sports. I'm your boy Enzo. I hope everyone is doing well. Now, let's get straight into it, man. I'm not even going to waste no time. The boy Conor McGregor is back on the news for all the wrong reasons, and this time is serious. Very, very serious. Now, he's been found to be liable by a jury for sexual assault charges. Nikita Hand, the woman who accused him, has won her civil suit. So what does this mean? Now, I'm not a legal expert. I'm not a lawyer or anything like that. And I don't claim to know everything when it comes to the legal system, especially this type of charges and allegations of rape, sexual assault. I understand myself that these are very sensitive subjects. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people can be triggered. There's a lot of victims out there. So I don't want to, what I don't want to do is like belittle these allegations or try and make it not serious in any shape or form. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are very serious allegations, and I'm not here to determine who is guilty, who is lying, and what are the reasons behind these civil suit, etc., why it's not a criminal matter and why it's a civil matter instead of a criminal matter. Why is the police not taking care of it? Why is McGregor not going to jail? So forth and that. Listen, I don't really know too much on that, but I just want to talk about like what we all know and what we can all see. Do you know what I mean? So this lady, Nikita Hand, has won her civil suit. You know, she's been rewarded, I think, £250,000, something like that, you know, around about those figures. So McGregor has to pay the woman the money. Now, he's not gonna go to jail or anything like that, from my understanding, from what I read, because obviously it's a civil suit. So in order for him to have a criminal case against him, the police, the Crown prosecution, whatever it is, they will have to prove that beyond reasonable doubt that Conor McGregor did rape the woman. So it's harder to prove in a criminal case. It's very hard to prove rape from what I've read. But in a civil suit, like, the bar is a little bit lower. They don't really have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that there was sexual assault that took place. So hence why the woman in mention has won her civil case. So that's what my little understanding in terms of the legalities around it. Now, I want to dive into what does this mean for Conor McGregor and like his public image and everything like that. Where does it leave him in terms of his MMA career? Can he still come back? Can he fight in a UFC? How would Dana White and the whole organization react to this verdict? And you know, that is that the end of Conor McGregor? Can he ever come back from this? That's what we're gonna dive into. But first of all, I do want to read out a statement that Conor McGregor put out on his Twitter account. Well, it's known as X now. So I'm just going to read that statement now. Obviously, look, Conor McGregor is going to defend himself. He believes that this verdict is the wrong one. He believes that he's innocent. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't think that he's guilty from his own account. But let's read his statements and what he had to say about this verdict. McGregor posted on his X account, and he said the following: I will be appealing today's decision. The judge's instruction and modest award given was for assault, not for aggravated or exemplary damages. I'm disappointed that the jury did not hear all of the evidence that the DDP reviewed. I am with my family now, focused on my future. Thank you to all my support worldwide. The 36-year-old McGregor has denied all allegations against him, and of course he's gonna be appealing. So this is gonna rumble on, this is gonna drag on. We have to wait, you know, probably longer for, you know, everything to really like come to an end, because obviously Conor McGregor is gonna appeal this decision. Now, I just want to say this: look, regardless of what you think of Conor McGregor and you know, everything that's happened in the past few years, like, it's just been a madness for these guys. It's been a roller coaster journey for this guy. You know, Conor McGregor is an inspiration for so many people. Like me, I was a big Conor McGregor fan. I stopped being a fan after his antics against Khabib Nurmagomedov. I felt like he said a lot of very disrespectful things, like he just went on a crazy one. And the fact that he was allowed to get away with some of the things that he was saying by the UFC, Dana White, and a lot of MMA fans just turned a blind eye to some of the derogatory words that he was using, racist and just pure non. Do you know what I mean? Just dirty. Do you know what I mean? I'm a big advocate for like fighters promoting fights do you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna say like, yo, we have freedom of speech and we're not gonna stop people from saying what they're gonna say, but I believe that there's limits to it. There should be some reserve towards when it comes, especially when it comes to sensitive subjects such as religion, do you know what I mean, sexuality and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? There's just some things like family, kids, just they're off limits. Do you know what I mean? And Conor McGregor, sometimes he absolutely goes past that limit. And for me, there's a red line that you should not cross. And Conor McGregor, many times he has crossed that line for me. So I'm not really a big fan of him, especially the personality of Conor McGregor. Fighting wise, his story, his background, this is someone that was on benefits. He was getting benefits in Ireland and stuff like that. And his rise to stardom was incredible. He brought a lot of eyes to the UFC. A lot of people that live in the UK and Ireland wasn't really into MMA until Conor McGregor actually, started popping up. And I'm one of them. Do you know what I mean? Conor McGregor definitely got me into MMA even more. I was already watching MMA, but when Conor McGregor came on the scene, I was like, whoa. Do you know what I mean? This is crazy here. But the guy, ever since Conor McGregor fought Floyd Money Mayweather, he's never been the same. All that money that he made, he was estimated that he made about $130 million or whatever he made. For me, it's one of them, is a case of Conor McGregor just got too much money too soon. Especially where he comes from, humble beginnings, no money, to have all that, to become this superstar around the world, admired by so many fans. Like, he could do no wrong when he was the double champion at UFC. He was loved, and he's got a witty tongue. Do you know what I mean? He's great with the wordplay. Do you know what I mean? Psychologically gets into the mindset of his opponents and just destroys them before the fight even starts. We saw that against Jose Aldo. How he was able to just get in his head and to the point where Jose Aldo didn't even know how to respond. And we saw his reaction in a octagon. He went in there reckless and he got knocked out within 13 seconds. So that's something that I admire from Conor McGregor. Like, his mental warfare is very strong, but there's a limit to it, man. There should be a limit. There should be red lines, and because no one ever like kind of pulled him up on it, because we all just turned a blind eye and let him to just carry on with that type of behavior, and this is the manifestation of it. Did I say that right? This is the manifestation of it. Like, now this guy, after the Floyd Mayweather fight, he just thought he's invincible. Do you know what I mean? Throwing chairs and smashing windows, saying some derogatory words to his opponents. He just became crazy. Do you know what I mean? Punching an old man in a pub. Listen, a lot of things have happened and he's been unable to do these things because no one's pulling him up on it. Neither the UFC, Dana White, probably people around him, family and friends. Everyone's afraid to say something to him. His coaches don't say nothing to him because the guy's got so much money. And that is the problem. That is the problem. And we've seen it time and time again. These guys with money, athletes, musicians, and people from all walks of life here. Like if they got money, they got a lot of money, they just have a bunch of yes people around them. Do you know what I mean? They'll have people, men and women around them that will never tell them the truth because why? Because they're benefiting off them. If they're afraid, if they tell Conor McGregor the truth, he's gonna kick them out, man. All of a sudden, they won't have that livelihood. They won't have, the journeys, they're flying private jets and living the luxury lives, going on a yacht, flying to Dubai, Saudi Arabia, do you know what I mean? Nights in Miami, Vegas. People are scared to lose that lifestyle, so they won't tell Conor McGregor the truth. They won't tell Conor McGregor the truth, and that enables him to continue with that type of reckless behavior. And now we find ourselves in a situation where he's been found liable by a jury for sexual assault. This is very serious. It's very, very, very serious. And for his public image, which is already at an all-time low anyway. This just for me, I believe, tarnishes it even greater. Do you know what I mean? Can he ever recover? Can he ever come back for it from this? Look, he's gonna appeal, so we have to wait and see what the outcome is on that appeal. But if he was to stick, if this decision, this ruling was to stick on appeal, then McGregor will suffer a great public backlash, as he should, because these are serious allegations. You know, these are serious stuff like sexual assault, rape. This is stuff that we shouldn't, you know, downplay or anything like that. But now, other athletes in the past, you know, combat sports people have been found guilty of rape, sexual assault, you know, battery, whatever you call it, you know, aggression against women, etc. They've been able to come back and carry on with their lives. And when it comes to MMA, the UFC and that, McGregor probably will be able to carry on because I don't see someone like a Dana White, who's a business guy. Don't forget, Dana White is a business guy, man. He's all about the money. He's had a lot of fighters in that roster in the UFC that have had crazy charges. He's never cut them. He's kept them on. I'm not gonna mention no names, you know, because this video has got nothing to do with them. But there's a lot of fighters in the UFC. Dana White has turned a blind eye. He's never cancelled a contract or anything like that. They've carried on fighting. Some of them are still there now. So I don't think Conor McGregor is gonna be any different because Dana White is all about money, man. And Conor McGregor, let's say we can say whatever we want. He might have a bad public image, but in MMA, in combat sport, having a bad public image is actually not even a bad thing. In fact, it might even entice more fans to come and watch you and buy the pay-per-views. That's just the sad reality. We might not like it, we might not agree with it, but that is just a sad reality. The MMA community, combat sport community in general, they're just different. You know, if Conor McGregor was playing football, like soccer or basketball, he'll be done. These type of allegations will be enough to finish him. In fact, he's got so many in the background that should have finished him that haven't. But if he was a football player, basketball player, rugby player, whatever, any other sport, he'll be done. But in combat sport, people just think different. People just look at these type of allegations, very, very serious allegations, they look at it different. Do you know what I mean? So Conor McGregor, he hasn't fought for about 3 years in the UFC yet. We don't know where he's at in terms of his physical ability, whether he still has the hunger to fight. I personally think the guy's done. He might have one more fight left in him. But with all these allegations, court cases, fighting here, trouble here, so many things going on in the life of Conor McGregor, yeah, he hasn't got a minute to focus on his MMA career. Is this guy even training? When does he get the time to train? Because I just see him everywhere. 1 minute he's in Dubai, Riyadh season, next minute he's in Vegas, he's back in Ireland. The guy's everywhere. Do you know what I mean? What time does he have to train? If you're gonna train and want to be successful within MMA again in combat sports, go back to the UFC, win another title, he has to be locked in, fully locked in. Fully locked in, but this is not what's happening with Conor McGregor. So it's just a sad reality overall. Like that, people like these rich guys, people like Conor McGregor, they need real friends. They don't have real friends. They don't have real people around them, and that's a shame because that's gonna lead to a tragedy. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna be bad. It's gonna end bad for Conor McGregor. This carries on. Someone needs to get hold of Conor McGregor, grab him by the scruff of the neck, make him see sense, make him see reality. Calm down, my guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're blessed. You made a lot of money. You come from nothing. A lot of us come from nothing. We're trying to make something out of ourselves, trying to build our lives up, trying to give our families a better life. Mate, you've been blessed, man. Great UFC career. You've made a lot of money, mate. Just appreciate it, calm down, enjoy your money, enjoy it with your family. Why are you trying to destroy yourself? I don't know what gets into these guys' head, these superstars that just want to press the self-destruct button. I don't know why it is. Ego? I don't know. You're already a superstar. You've got everything. You've got yes men around you. You got people worshiping you. Do you know what I mean? You got all these companies making millions. Why are you involving yourself in such reckless behavior? And it should not be acceptable. Now, I'm not judge. I'm not a jury. I'm not here to judge Conor McGregor to say whether he's guilty or not. He's been found liable in a civil case, and I'm just reporting on that. Do you know what I mean? So it's up to you, the people at home, to make up your minds on the characteristics of Conor McGregor and what you think, how you're going to judge him and how you're going to view him going forward. For me, personally, this is bad, very bad, and this really should be ending his career in MMA and in the face of in a public space. But we all know how things work. A lot of people, some fans won't care. Some fans are too loyal and they'll turn the blind eye to whatever their superstar does. Me, I'm not one of those guys. Like me, these type of behaviors really puts me off, and I'm not for that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not for that. Look, serious allegations here, sexual assault, rape, these are very serious. So, I feel for the women, all the victims and that have gone through this. I really feel for them. Do you know what I mean? I really feel for them. And I hope that justice is served for all the victims of sexual assault and rape and everything like that. I really hope, justice gets served for them and they get their day in court, and abusers and sexual don't get away with this type of behavior because it's not acceptable in today's society. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You make your minds up at home. Let me know what you think of the Conor McGregor verdict in this civil case. How do you see him going forward with his MMA career in the UFC? His public image is sexual. Let me know in the comments, man. Let's have this conversation. I would really appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo. Please don't forget, if you are new to the channel, like and subscribe. You're really going to help the channel to grow, man. Once again, man, thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed weekend. I'll see you soon. Peace.